Hello everyone, how you guys doing? You guys doing too? I'm doing too. Welcome back to my video session. So today I'm gonna be talking about uh, why there can be slowdown in the PC streaming for the Nintendo Wii U, because there can be quite a lot of issues on that. I'm gonna give you one amazing thing today, and it's gonna work. Yeah, with this idea, it will work. First of all, when you connect anything to a network, yeah, let's understand this very carefully. The best possible way that uh, they suggested, like Moonlight, yeah, for the Wii U, especially, yeah, they recommended the LAN adapter. All right, the LAN adapter is for Nintendo Wii U. They're talking about, aren't they? But you can either use a LAN adapter or you can use a Wi-Fi on the Wii U. That's fine. And on the other side, uh, there is a network card, isn't it? If you look at today's standard, it's the network cards for your desktop computers, isn't it? If you remember, uh, there used to be the BT 600 power line adapters. Yeah, I even made a video on these BT 600 adapters as well. So that gives you a wired network connection for your desktop. It does that, but that's why I was using that because uh, when I used to have a network card, it never used to get connected into my room. It never used to work. That's why I had a big problem. I could never ever use network wherever I put my computer, because the way my house is situated, it's not that good. It causes problems because we know on the networks is problems with wood, metal, and concrete walls. It is stuff like that that's going to cause problems. That's why that's happening, and because of that, that could be a problem. So I use these BT adapters. Now, the problem with these BT adapters, there is two of them. As I said, there's two of these adapters. One has to be downstairs for your hub. One needs to be upstairs for your desktop computer, wherever it is. Now, if you're, it's confusing. If your router, yeah, it could be two ways here. I mean, if your router has slowed down in network, then the BT adapters ain't gonna do anything, are they? Because the main thing is your Wi-Fi, the router, actually, not the Wi-Fi, sorry, the router. That's where the network's coming from. If that slow down, then the BT adapters are going to do nothing. Now, the other thing that happens sometimes when I use these BT adapters, I've experienced it. When the router's network is at good speeds and is working fine, but it still tends to not to work properly. That is because it's got something to do with the BT adapters. Because sometimes with the BT adapters, uh, when it's coming through them, it tends to slow down. The BT adapters are doing that then, not the network. So it's confusing. Sometimes it could be the router could be slowing down on the internet, or sometimes it could be your BT adapters. Now, if your BT adapter, so if your network is fast on your router, and then it's still not working, then it's your BT adapters. So what you have to do there, you have to switch off the BT adapters. Both of them. I will switch both of them off. Okay? The reason for that, why both? Because the one downstairs that's connected to the hub. Yeah. If that's not giving you good speed, that adapter is something wrong there. Then you're not gonna get a good connection upstairs with the other BT adapter. So it could be vice versa. It could be anything. It could be anything like that. Because I think usually the one that's connected downstairs, that one is causing a problem. And that's why the one upstairs connected to any other computer is connected to, it's not going to work properly. Another alternative is one of the best solutions. I think it's one of the best. Because if you want to go out of this confusion, turn off the router, turn off both the BT adapters. Turn both of them off. That's what I have to say. And then after 3 to 5 minutes, put the router on. Once that's on, fully activated, then you could put the downstairs one first, then you can put the one upstairs afterwards. Yeah, like that. You'll get the full speed out of it. Now, okay, that's that. Now, the biggest thing is that we're going to talk about resolutions. How that works with the Moonlight program properly today. So this is Moonlight config file, router, desktop. Why are all these three things so important? I'm going to tell you step by step. First of all, I'm going to place my SD card into the desktop computer first. Okay. Right now, what you see in front of you is what you call it? It's a desktop screen. Okay. No, sometimes I forget what about. Let me just set this card. There you go. There you go. There's my SD card inserted. This is the right way and the best possible way to work PC streaming on the Nintendo Wii U properly. So this is the root of the SD card. We're explaining it properly. You go to Wii U, apps. Some people just do this so fast. That's not good. Wii U, apps, Moonlight. Then it says C on F file. So you click on Moonlight config file, okay? Right, all you just do on here, right? You know the video streaming configuration. The video streaming configuration is the resolution and the FPS. People don't explain this properly. This is the part where you set your resolution and the FPS. Okay, now the width I've done here is 854. Okay, let's get this first. Let's clear that. Height 480. So 854 times 480 is the resolution. Now this is a non-HD resolution, okay? Understand that clearly. And then let's clear this as well. Hold on. Let's activate this as well. FPS 60. So the resolution and FPS, okay? That's all done. Now the next part you're going to look at is bit rate of 1500, yeah? So this is all set it now, yeah? This is all set it for resolution, FPS, and bitrate. Okay, that's all done now. Now the next part, so basically that one. When we look at the resolutions we set on the Moonlight config file, yeah? You need to know the router you own. Is it a non-HT or a HT router? Not only that, you need to also know the router you've got. So the router's resolution, that's the resolution you'll be setting on this config file. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, let's say I've got fiber 35. A fiber 35, so fiber 35 is a non-HT router. It uses a resolution of 854 times 480. It uses that resolution. So that resolution will be put in your config file. You have to use the same one. You can't put a high one on there, because if your non-HT router is on that number for that resolution, you need to put the same one on the config file. That's how it works. But if you've got a HT router, usually HT routers, they have both the resolutions. The next one will do that. It will be a 720p HT and it will be a 1080p HT. So what is that? What is that literally? So here, if you was on a video, so if you're on a Moonlight config file, so for 720p HT, what you will do for the width, you'll put 1280, okay? And the height, you put 720. And the FPS doesn't matter, just leave that at 60. That's what you'll put there. But if it's 1080p, then the width will be 1920, height 1080, FPS 60. That's how you set it. It all depends on your router's resolution. That's the one you set on your config file, okay? That's how it works. Okay. Now, if we set this resolution like this, with the way we're looking at it, yeah? Let's close all this. Now, we know the router's resolution. Now the same resolution is set up on the config file. That's two of the same resolutions. Now I've showed you. Okay, that's all set up. Now the next part. Now look in here. If we go to the bottom right, you know that block that says notifications, yeah? Click on that. Then go to all settings. Then go to system. And look here. The display resolution is on 1280 times 720. But didn't I say that my router is 854 times 480 and the config file is 854 times 480 as well? But why have I left that at 1280 720? Just hold on. Just keep on watching this. What's going to happen now? Leave that at that, yeah? Now I'm going to put the SD card back into the Wii console. Okay, the SD card's back into the Wii U now. Now we're going to look out more into this. Do you need to do anything to the desktop screen? That's the question. So let's leave it at that right now. Let me put the Wii U on now. There's two more things that I need to talk about here. It's not totally finished yet. Because I'm going to just show you what happens when you leave the desktop screen at 1220 times 720. When your router, your config file is set it on 854 times 180. Does it matter about the desktop screen? No, it's messed up a bit. This always happens, man. Okay, just wait a moment. Okay, let me just press A to stream. All right. Okay, it's pretty fast, yeah? Now I'll put the Wii U screen on. The bright looking screen. And yes, that's a Wii U screen. Right. Now, if you look at the screen properly, it looks alright, doesn't it? Wow. Does it really? Now let's look at this then, yeah? So let's press the Steam icon, yeah? Yeah, looks alright. Sometimes you know what happens? It will zoom in. And because it's not the right resolution, you see. Because if you set it on, it does look a bit out if you look properly to the right look. It's not that in. Because when you're going to start playing some stuff, next time you view it, it's going to zoom in. Now, because obviously the router is at a resolution of 854 times 480. You should not be really be using 1280 times 720 on the desktop screen. No, you should not be using that. Okay, that's wrong. Because if you do that, you're going to have some slowdown. Because the entire desktop can slow down on your Wii U. Okay? Yeah, see that? It's already, it's messing up already. See that? So what you have to do is go back into our settings. And you need to go on the resolution, because our router resolution is 854 times 600. There's only just one there. You only can select 800 times 600. Look, this one. Just like that. Keep changes. You gotta have. So basically, what's going here? You need to have 854 times 480, which is on your router, which is already there. We can't change that because the router is made on the hardware. And your config file, you need to put in the 854 times 480. Okay, same one. So the router and the config file will be on. Now it's on the same one. Okay, and this one, obviously, it doesn't have that one. You have to select 800 times 600 on the desktop. Okay, but the screen will go like 4.3 kind of thing, yeah? There you go, look at that. And it will perform a lot better. You can work it a lot better if you keep everything on the same resolution. So I repeat again, the router I own is on 854 times 480 resolution. So your Moonlight config file, which is a video streaming configuration, that should be also on 854 times 480 resolution. Okay, and your desktop screen, obviously there's only one on there, it needs to be 800 times 600 resolution, which is this one. Okay, so everything now is correct because you need to keep everything at the same resolution. All right, that's how it works. Now that's fine. Now the cursor moving slow. Now if you look on the desktop screen right now, the cursor is moving fast. That's correct. If it's not moving fast, don't do the PC streaming. Don't do it then. You need to stop it. Now that usually, if that's happening, because if you've done all these three settings and it's still slow, yeah, that means your router network speed is slow. It's slow. Maybe you left the router on for too long and you never hardly switched it off. So what you need to do, you need to refresh your router. So to refresh your router, just switch it off. Switch it off for at least 3 to 5 minutes and then put it back on. Voila, and then your cursor will move like that fast. That's it. That's the cursor thing. Now, if your PC streaming keeps on disconnecting, like even using a few minutes or immediately, that could be because it's happening because a lot of people were getting this error -1 in there when they're using PC Steam to play PC games. That will happen if you have a router over 854 times 480 resolution, and then you set your Moonlight config file at 1280 times 720. That's where the mistake is. That's why that will happen. Because if you haven't even got a router even at that resolution, how's that supposed to work? Because you need, as the Moonlight config page tells you, you need to have a stable network connection. I'll just show you that as well. See, it works very good. I'm using a mouse and keyboard now, yeah, on the Nintendo Wiiu screen. It should perform good. Obviously, there could still be issues with the cursor. That will be done in another video. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. If you're moving a mouse and it doesn't move fast, well, sometimes what happens? It moves fast with your finger, but it doesn't move very fast with the mouse. The cursor tend to be slow, and then it will try to disconnect. Right. I'm just going to put download here. That's the best way to go. Moonlight. Wiiu. Yeah. Okay. This is all from the Wiiu screen, yeah? Oh, yeah. Let's start with the configuration file as well. I'm not really after that. We're after the troubleshooting sound. Yeah, look. The stream disconnects frequently / immediately. Yeah. Now, it says on here clearly, it's hard to understand these things really. What they haven't told you much more than that. All they just written here, depending on your network connection, you need to adjust the configuration. Now, maybe some people don't even know what they're talking about, what the network connection. They haven't actually explained it properly. The network connection is your actual router, the speed and resolution it's on. The network connection, yeah? Because network connection, it should be based on resolution. But they're just a network connection. Network connection can be type of speeds. It doesn't mean anything more than that. Looks a bit complicated what they're in there. Then he goes, you need to have adjust the configuration to find a stable bitrate and resolution. Okay, it does tell you that. Try something like this to get started. It says here, so the network connection is definitely your speed. Okay. Then it's mentioning something to do with bitrate and resolution. But it's not telling you where to go though, isn't it? That's the confusing thing. Now, when we talk about network connection, they're just talking about network connection speed. But they're not mentioning that the router, they didn't mention anything about the router, look. They didn't mention about the router resolution. That's the mistake here. The router resolution is not mentioning anything about that. It's just mentioning about network connection. Network connection is just the actual speed, is nothing else. But the router resolution is important, but then they don't mention anything about that. They should have wrote something like, depending on your network connection and the resolution your router is on. They should have wrote something like that. And then it mentions bitrate and resolution. Now, the bitrate resolution, okay, it's fine. But where do you go for bitrate and resolution? That's the thing as well, isn't it? It doesn't tell you that. So basically, they should have the Moonlight config file And once you click on that, you go to video streaming configuration. And then in video configuration, they didn't explain anything to do with width, height, FPS. They didn't tell you nothing like that, did they? Well, that's no good, is it? They didn't mention anything to do with that. So that's where this is all confusing. Look what they've written here. Only a really person who knows a bit about computers can only understand this. If you're not very good with computers, you're not going to be able to understand that. Look at the way they written this description on it. It's not that good. It gives you a rough idea what they're saying, but to be honest, if you're a novice user for computers, you wouldn't know what that is. You probably wouldn't know. Number one, you should be wrote the router's resolution. Number two, you should told that you have to go on the Moonlight config file, video streaming configuration, and that's where you write the resolution where it says, the width and the height. The width is left to right, the height is top to bottom. That's the resolution. And you can set the FPS to 30 or 60 FPS. 30 to 60 FPS, yeah. And then it's mentioning bitrate. Then you go to that section where it's talking about bit rates, isn't it? It's talking about bit rates. You go there, and you look at the place where it says bit rate. It will say bit rates. That's it. And on bit rate, so if you look here properly, there you go. It's told you. It just tells you that. That's what it tells you. It's not explaining it properly, really, is it? Where that width, height, FPS is. It doesn't tell you where it is. It's not telling you where it is, really, does it? So you need to put these numbers of that resolution from your router's resolution. That's how they should explain it. It's your router's resolution that goes in config file and video streaming configuration. That number goes in there, in the width and height. And FPS, you could just leave 60. And there, wherever it says bitrate, you go further down the screen. Yeah. Where it says, you adjust your resolution, FPS, depending on your resolution of FPS. It says that, something like that, when you go down. And then on that section, it says bitrate. And on that bitrate, you just write 1500. Whatever bitrate you want to write on there. I mean, it's good. So once you got this kind of resolution, now you got bitrate 1500, you can increase it if you want. You can increase it. Now, this is good as well, what they're in here. It goes, then slowly increase the bitrate until streaming is no longer stable. Yeah, that's right. It is like that. So you keep on increasing it. So 1500, okay, is the startup. Then you can go on 2000. 2000 is good. You can go on 2500. If it starts struggling 2500, then you need to go back on 2000 again. Because the one which is stable and that works properly, you need to stay on that maximum bitrate. Okay? If you can't, if your network, the router you own, it cannot take 2500, you need to go back on 2000, which is stable for you. Okay? That's all it is there. Cool. Now, we can close all this, yeah? Cool, isn't it? There you go. Now, everything is now correct. Router, config file, desktop screen, resolution, cursor, moving slow. It's all about your network, yeah? It's just you need to just refresh your network, then that will move fast. Okay, that one's done. And because of, and I was mentioning that it keeps it disconnecting, yeah? That's all about your router, the speed, if the speed is right coming from your router, and you selected the right resolution on your config file as well, yeah? So that needs to, the first two things need to be correct, okay? So whatever your router resolution is, it needs to be the same one. But if your config file resolution is higher than your router's resolution, then it's going to disconnect frequently / immediately. That's going to happen then. They didn't explain any of that. That will happen. Okay, so you have to be aware of that, because what they've done here, the Moonlight config file, I think it's a bit of a wrong thing really, because they set it on 720. They set it at 720 PhD, 1280 times 720. They set it on that. A lot of people got confused on that because they left it the way it is. You need to base it on your router's resolution. It needs to be based on that. Okay, so I think the Moonlight config file should be already on 854 times 480. It should have been on already. And then they can slowly, people like us, we can move up or populate ourselves. But they just put it on 1280 times 720 already. Well, that is kind of wrong, yeah? To me, that's kind of wrong. Okay, let's go further now, yeah? That's all sorted. Now let's go to Steam. Now look at the performance playing Steam games. Yeah? See that? He was trying to zoom in. He was trying to do that. See? When you're going to start using different screens, it wouldn't funny now. You have to set this 800 times 600 on your desktop screen. Right. Now, we can try Lost Planet 3, PC Steam, to play on Nintendo Wii U. Now, check the performance out of this game. Check it out. This game just takes time to open. Yeah, it does that. It takes long time, doesn't this game does. It does that. If a game doesn't start and it's taking a long time, just quit the game and just refresh your network again. Don't worry about all this. And make sure when you play your games, you set the resolution at 800 times 600, and then you can do whatever settings you want. That's good for you. Look, after these settings, Set your game resolution at 800x600 as well, okay? It needs to be same as your router.
Oh, you're back. I haven't just been standing here the whole time, if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, they always good, right? Let me do it properly, yeah. You can see me on slow down, eh? Sometimes, you know, your network takes a lot of pressure, doesn't it? Does that? Okay, if you're having any issues like that, let's just continue again. Because we know, you know, when he was actually loading, it was taking too long. Okay, I'll tell you what to do from there. If he's running like that, it's showing lags and stuff like that. Let's exit the game. It doesn't seem very good. Okay, let it just settle a bit. Because obviously I'm using the BT adapters. I think that's why it's causing an issue for me. Usually something happens to me really quickly. So even if you have this same issue, you can follow these steps. So just press the home button on the Wii U gamepad. Okay, I've exited it now, yeah. You can see that from here. Go all the way back. And when you go to Wii Maker, exit this as well. Go back to the Wii U menu. You have to understand these things, otherwise you're never gonna able to get this running, honestly. You will get fed up. You probably will just give up, I'm not doing this anymore of this. Okay. Okay, so I'm using BT adapter, so I'm gonna refresh my BT adapter. If you're having problems, even you're connected to a Wi-Fi, whatever, refresh your network, okay? Once you refresh your network, you're ready to go. Okay? It's usually a slowdown coming from the network. It does that. You probably might not get quite a lot of this time, but I do because I'm using a BT adapter because there's no other way I can get connected to a network from my desktop computer AC. So you know when that screen comes up, it comes up when your streaming is a bit slow. You will do that. Okay. Because you know what I'm going to do? Usually when you bring Delafar last round, and you try and do a lot of fightings, then you have problems. Let it settle a bit. That's the highways. Okay. That's good. Oh, something wrong with it. First, took a minute. Losing connection, isn't it? Looks like the error's gonna come up now, yeah. Yeah, it's come back again. Congratulations. Yeah, what? It's working really well, oh, let's quit this. Looks terrible. What happened? Hold on. Yeah, it's gone really badly slow, man. Another no, different one. It's gone crazy. Okay, let me sort this out, yeah? Okay, let's see what's going on. See, this is the problem. You see when the cursor is going to slow down? This is when it's going to cause issues. What's this one? This is what I was on about, the cursor going slow. That's weird. Flipping fast. And why is it slow? Do you see that? It slowed down. That's not supposed to happen. Look. Put the cursor back here. See, if he does that, you ain't gonna have to stream. Yeah. Let's slow down a bit. Did you see that? There should not be a slowdown when you're moving this cursor, you see. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll press the home button again. Yeah, that's it turned off. See, did you see what just happened? I'll try again. Okay, I'll refresh the ad once again. Let's see what happens now. Don't get disappointed while you're watching on screen. This stuff is gonna happen in PC streaming, okay? It usually will happen. Because it could be that the routers that we are using, they're probably not good for PC streaming, you see. Some of these routers are only for like good for download, uploading stuff for your desktop computers, you see. They're not meant to be doing PC streaming. You need to ask your service provider, the router you're using, is it good for PC streaming? Okay? This is the one thing you need to ask them. Because maybe it isn't. You know? Could be that. Okay, now let's look at this fast. Yeah, it's got to be a slowdown. See that? It's got a problem. Yeah. So big. Yeah, it's not working properly. See that? Yeah, there's a problem. Okay, so what I have to do? Yeah, do you see that? Look, the screen's disappearing. Look at what's happening. It's gone really terrible. I think that usually what that happens when your PC streaming is working at first, and then you switch it off completely, and then it goes all funny. It does that, you know. I think the reason is why it's doing that now. It's good to know. I'm gonna tell you all this stuff. Why is this not working so well? Because like when you refresh your network, yeah, fully, like, and then you turn it back on, yeah, it will be fast. But if you, sometimes what happens when you switch it off completely, yeah, on the Wii U console, and I think when you take the card out, yeah, when you take the SD card out, and then you put it back into the Wii U, and then you stream PC streaming, then it slows down. I mean that's what just happened. But if you just leave the card in, I don't know, it works really good like that. Believe me on that. Now the SD cards in the Wii U, yeah, it's slow, yeah. what you need to do now, you leave that on, yeah? It doesn't matter about that. It's the PC streaming is doing it, the network. So we can leave that on the screen. What I need to do, I need to refresh both of my BT adapters and the network. I'll just be back in a few moments. This is to help you and guide you what you can expect from PC streaming. This is what you get out of it. A lot of slowdowns. I don't know if you want to use something like this, but it's just annoying. I'll tell you that straight. It's very annoying. Okay, I'm going to refresh it. I'll be back. Just hold on. Okay, so Right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm very sorry about this. That what's happening on screen. You know what? This is the real truth of PC streaming. What it does. Okay. Usually, when you take the SD card out and then you try to do PC streaming, it tends to slow down like that. I don't know. It just does that. That happens to me quite a lot of times. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it goes now. Here we go. Looks pretty class, Nasi. Excellent. Okay, the screens were moving fast now because even when I went to library and I was loading all these games, then it was slow, wasn't it? Yeah, looks really good now. Let's check this out now, yeah? Here we go. Yeah, looks good. See that? I told you. Scroll a bit. Seems okay. This is a game that struggles a lot when you not do the settings right. The problem with this game is at 1024.768. So this game could struggle on my router anyway. I like that game. Here we go. I just like this background because you see and you can knock them out. Look. See that? See? On 720p, you can't follow that. Yeah, it looks good. If you're finding fussy color quality, just doing that because the bitrate is 1500. Can't see the red from there. That's fine. I'm trying to use different punches because usually when you do that, it will stop. The frame rate will drop to go down. Look, this is what I look. Look, see, it doesn't stop now. It works good. Quality system, don't mess around with that. Let's try this side. Looks good. doing different punch kicks because you see if it slows down. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it looks alright. Looks pretty good. Excellent. That's how we want it. Okay. Okay, we can. So these are quite advanced. So I think in terms of my games, Terraform Last Man 6 is my like advanced games. I would say. I don't know. I haven't put that in Dream Game. I haven't got no harder space. That's another advanced game I could have put in there. Let's try Delta 6. Good. It comes like full screen, doesn't it? Looks good. Okay, let's check this one out. They all look really good. See, when they work, they work. They will keep on working. I think when you take the SD card out, then something happens. Look, it works good. Wait a minute. See, looks good. Just need training right, yeah? Cry it up. I think games like Last Round can cause like big problems because of its resolution. I think this game will run better because I think this is on wait a minute, what was it on? 800 times 450 resolution, yeah. It just looks like it's gonna run good. Watch this. I got that. You see the graphics of it closing that is not clear because of the bitrate. It's too low. Overall, it's pretty impressive. What? Australia. See, they're quite good. So we can guard over there. So we can guard. That's like, oh, I need to win. Yeah, it looks good. I thought that. Looks good. Looks perfect. Okay, let it just settle back. Wow, that's mixed. Now we're gonna try that game again, Lost Planet 3, which was struggling before, if you remember. Should be good now. So I'll show you Terrafall as well. There are 6. Lost Planet 3. These are quite like technically advanced games, I would say. Especially running on my router is just like too much. But it's running pretty good on it. You know, it depends on your router as well. Your router needs to be quite good. My router's not all that, so you know, I could just get a quality like that out of it. It's a bit disappointing, really. And yeah, the sound like okay. I hope it runs good now. Okay, it's good. It's good thing. Yeah, this screen was pretty slow before. You know, this screen should go fast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's taking too long from there. Now from here. Yeah, it's a bit. It's a lot better before. Yeah, yeah. See that?
Oh, you're back. I haven't just been standing here the whole time, if that's what you're thinking.
Looks a lot better. Excuse me, Fox. I'll ring him.
There he is. LaRoche and everyone here at Coronas owe you big time, Peyton. You sure know how to make an entrance.
What's the talk?
Coronas actual. You copy? It's serious.
Talk to me, Jay.
Observation pod 5 disappeared into the ravine out of umbilical range. We're trying to get a visual from camera 8, but the lens is frozen over. I'm rounding up a rescue team, but they need to know where to set up the harnesses.
I'll let Peyton head down ahead of them and make contact.
Let's be good.
Keep me updated. Out. Peyton, that drink will have to wait. Here, this is a standard issue Camelot Felding grappling hook. You'll need it to descend the ravine. Don't waste a minute. I want them back alive.
Where's that Foxy?
Are you jogging laps? Is that it?
It's way good now. I think because of the resolution is showing like tear jerking and stuff like that. Maybe if we increase the bitrate, it might improve even more than this. Yeah, it looks alright. Looks good. There you go. Maybe if we can get it fairly working like that. It's because of this resolution there. That's why it's working like that. Works a lot better than before, though. Looks amazing. Works really well. And it's on high settings as well. So, yeah. Yeah, looks pretty good. Not bad. Give me likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.